I used to think being online all the time was harmless. I mean, who isn't scrolling these days, right? From the moment I woke up, my hand reached for my phone before I even opened both eyes. Notifications, emails, group chats, Instagram reels, all hitting me before I'd even brushed my teeth. It felt normal. In fact, it felt necessary. If I wasn't connected, I thought I was missing out. But here's the thing nobody told me: there's a silent cost to being online 24/7. And I didn't notice it at first. It doesn't show up as a bill, it doesn't scream in your face, and it doesn't warn you like low battery mode. Instead, it creeps in slowly, through your moods, your energy, your focus, your sleep. The truth is, being online all the time trains your brain to never rest. You're constantly switching, checking, reacting. Your mind never gets a chance to breathe. And without even realizing it, you're draining your mental health in ways that feel invisible at first, but over time, they add up. I learned this the hard way. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably felt it too, that restlessness when you're away from your phone for even 5 minutes, that twitch to check messages that probably aren't even there, that constant mental noise you can't turn off. The scary part: I didn't even realize how badly it was affecting me until I started connecting the dots. At first, I brushed it off. I told myself, I'm just busy, that's why I'm tired. But deep down, it wasn't busyness, it was overstimulation. My brain never had a moment of silence. If I wasn't watching YouTube, I was answering texts. If I wasn't scrolling Instagram, I was checking the news. And when I finally put my phone down, my thoughts were still buzzing like leftover static. This constant input started to chip away at me in ways I didn't want to admit. I noticed my attention span shrinking. I couldn't sit through a movie without reaching for my phone. I couldn't focus on conversations for more than a few minutes without drifting back to the urge of, did I get a new notification? And then came the anxiety. I didn't even know where it came from at first. I'd wake up with this heavy feeling in my chest, this tension in my shoulders. I thought maybe I was just stressed about work or life, but in reality, it was the non-stop pressure of being always available. Every ping felt like a demand, every unread message like an obligation. But here's the worst part: my self-esteem started to slip. Social media has a way of sneaking under your skin. You scroll, and even if you're not comparing on purpose, your brain does it for you. Their vacation, their success, their perfect body, their happy relationship, and suddenly, your own life feels smaller, less exciting, less enough. That's when it hit me. The cost of being online 24/7 wasn't just about wasted time. It was about my mind being rewired. My peace, my focus, my confidence, all quietly leaking away, drip by drip, like water from a crack you don't notice until the floor is soaked. The emotional toll didn't stop with me. It started spilling into my relationships. I'd be sitting with friends, but half my mind was on my phone. I'd hear them talking, but I wasn't really listening. I was just waiting for the moment to glance back at my screen. And people notice. Even if they don't say it out loud, they feel it when you're not fully present. A friend once laughed mid-conversation and asked, "Are you here, or are you on TikTok in your head?" I laughed it off, but deep down, it stung, because he was right. I wasn't fully there anymore. Worse, I found myself more irritable. Constant exposure to online debates, arguments, and negativity made me shorter with people in real life. It's like my patience was being eaten alive by endless comment sections. A simple question from someone I cared about suddenly felt like an interruption, and I'd snap without meaning to. And then came the loneliness. Funny, isn't it? You can be connected to thousands of people online, yet still feel empty. I'd scroll through chats, through feeds, through photos of people having fun, and feel more isolated than ever. Because digital interaction isn't the same as human connection. It tricks you into thinking you're with people, when really, you're just staring at pixels in the dark. That loneliness grew heavier with every passing day. And here's what scared me: instead of reaching out to real people, I turned to more screen time to numb the feeling. It was a vicious cycle. The more I felt alone, the more I scrolled, and the more I scrolled, the lonelier I became. That's when I realized the internet had stopped being a tool for me. It had become my escape, my distraction, my drug. What scared me the most wasn't the short-term effects, the fatigue, the irritability, the loneliness. It was the long-term damage I could feel building underneath the surface. Slowly, my ability to focus shrank. Tasks that once took me an hour now dragged on for 3 because I couldn't sit still without checking my notifications. My brain began craving the quick hits of dopamine from likes, messages, and updates. Real work felt dull in comparison. Reading a book. Nearly impossible. Sitting quietly with my own thoughts. Unbearable. I also noticed my creativity fading. When you're always consuming other people's thoughts, images, and stories, your own ideas struggle to breathe. I wasn't giving my mind the empty space it needed to imagine, to create, to dream. Instead, it was stuffed full of noise, half-baked opinions, viral trends, endless news cycles. My originality was suffocating. Then came the physical cost, which we rarely talk about when we discuss mental health. My sleep was wrecked. Bright screens late at night left me restless, my mind buzzing even when my body begged for rest. The headaches became more frequent. My posture worsened. And every small ache felt amplified by the stress that constant online life carries. But the most dangerous cost. The way being online 24/7 reshaped how I saw myself. Social media fed me a mirror that was warped. Every scroll showed me people who seemed more successful, more attractive, more fulfilled. Comparison became constant, even when I didn't realize it. My self-worth quietly eroded as I measured myself against highlight reels that weren't even real. And that's when it hit me, being online all the time doesn't just exhaust you, it rewires you. It changes the way you think, feel, and even define your own value. It creeps in so subtly that you don't notice until you've already lost pieces of yourself. The truth is, the biggest cost of living online 24/7 isn't just stress, or fatigue, or even loneliness. It's something deeper, something most of us don't recognize until it's too late. It's the cost of disconnection from yourself. When you're constantly plugged in, your mind is never truly still. You're always reacting to the next ping, the next post, the next piece of information. You forget what your thoughts sound like without the background noise of everyone else's opinions. You lose touch with your inner voice, that quiet guide that helps you know who you are, what you want, and where you're going. This disconnection breeds confusion. You start to doubt your choices. You second-guess your instincts. And little by little, you hand over control of your mental state to algorithms designed to keep you scrolling, not to help you grow. That's the hidden cost no one talks about, the way being online all the time steals your sense of self. Because without that, you're left drifting. Numb. Easily influenced. And worst of all, unable to truly feel present in your own life. I learned this the hard way. I reached a point where I realized I wasn't living my own story anymore. I was just reacting to everyone else's. That realization hurt, but it also woke me up. The good news? You can take back control. It doesn't mean abandoning the internet completely. It means reclaiming your boundaries, creating moments of silence, and reminding yourself that your value isn't measured in notifications. It's measured in how deeply you live the moments that matter. Because at the end of the day, your mental health is too precious to let it be drained by a screen. Life is waiting for you offline, raw, messy, beautiful, and real. And once you step back, even for a little while, you'll feel it, the weight lifting, the fog clearing, and the spark of your true self returning. So, the next time you catch yourself online at 2 a.m., scrolling through lives that aren't yours, pause. Ask yourself, am I feeding my mind, or am I draining it? That simple question could be the first step toward protecting your mental health from the hidden costs of living online 24/7.